So this is Tai Mo Shan, the highest point of Hong Kong, standing at 957 meters. And today I'm accompanied by my friend Ace, who invited me today to go on this photo camping trip because he's also into photography. He's been doing this for more than 10 years, so a lot more experience than I am. We're on holidays these days and he invited me to do this, and I thought, why the hell not?
Yeah, it's perfect for shutterbugs like us.
Yeah, exactly right. So today we're going to kill our legs, carry heavy things up a mountain. Who needs our legs anyway? But it's gonna be loads of fun. So Ace and I just found our camping spot a bit down from the peak, and look at this view. It's almost the golden hour, so after resting in a bit, we'll plan to go back to the peak and shoot some frames. And the downside of camping in a mountain is that there are literally no facilities. So I had to buy McDonald's for my dinner. It's my Michelin star dinner for tonight. Yep. Hi Ace.
Hello.
Ace is shooting with his new A7C. He just recently upgraded to a full frame camera, shooting from A6300?
Yeah,
A6300. This is unfortunately not a sponsored video by Sony. So Ace and I are now in a peak and it's golden hour, but while the light is really beautiful, it's casting like a pinkish and orange tone. It's a bit too hazy, so we can't really see a lot of the views. So look at this. A lot of haze. But it's still quite gorgeous. So we're just trying to take some portraits. I'm his model, he's my model. And I think the fog or the haze is creating some sort of moodiness in the scene, so I'm also trying to work that out. But so far not a lot of promising compositions because I can't really see the city, but hopefully it gets better and then I get to share more with you guys. So Ace,
yeah,
what do you think of the compositions you've had so far?
Honestly, you can just shoot what you can see with your eyes. So you just have, it's either you stand in one position and then just zoom on what you think is interesting.
So far, any nice photos you got? Any good frames?
Maybe an hour ago when the sun was higher, there it's less foggy, so
True.
There was interesting light over there.
So Ace and I are deciding to go back to our camp because it's really cold, and get our down jackets to keep us warm. And we were discussing about some photography mistakes that we were making when we first started this hobby. And right now I can think of two that held me back the most in improving my photos. The first would be that I only shot in wide angle lenses when I first started my photography. And this is with the intention that I wanted to show all the views, cram all the details in the image, without the thought that, it weakened my subject focus. And it's too distracting sometimes when you cram so much information that the viewer does not really understand or know what subject you're taking. And the second mistake that I was making was that I only shot in landscape orientation. I didn't consider shooting in a vertical orientation because, simply speaking, landscape photography, I should probably shoot in landscape orientation, right? Yeah, I was an idiot back then. Yep. Ace is becoming more fashionable.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a typical landscape photographer wearing that red down jacket so that it creates more contrast to the scene. Never thought I'd be so excited to open a McDonald's bag. a cold McDonald's bag. Yep. Things I do for content, guys. 9-piece chicken McNuggets and a triple cheese beef burger. Crushed in my backpack. Actually quite excited to eat this. Yeah, it's quite an interesting concept. Maybe I'll do this more in 2022. But I need to really think about the location because it's really hard to carry all the gear up a mountain and then you get some foggy views. So sometimes you'll feel it's not that worth it. But then when you get that really good lighting, it's really worth all the trouble of getting up there. And I feel like it's sort of how I feel about landscape photography in general. Like 90% of the time when I go up a mountain, it's usually like a flat sky, even no views, very foggy at the wrong place, at the wrong time as well. But then when you get moments where your sky is burning, you find a really nice composition that you like. It's just enough to make up for those 90% of failures to keep you going and go out more. Do I make sense, guys? How's your composition?
Looking good. You can see the mountain silhouette here, and then the near, what do you call that, structure.
So Ace is shooting those two huts over there. So he's composing to shoot those two structures, and then you see the silhouette of the city lights at the back. Quite a cool scene. I'm enjoying my burger, so I'll shoot photos later. Good morning. So Ace and I just woke up to a very foggy morning. Zero visibility of the city, but it does make for a great moody kind of landscape. So we're now walking around to play around and taking some moody portraits of the scene around us. But last night we went out in the middle of the dark because I was shooting this time lapse and I saw that the fog was rolling in and it looked like it was the sea of clouds that I've always wanted to shoot. And then when we reached the peak, it covered all the views already. So I wasn't able to take a photo, but it was quite nice watching the sea of clouds roll in. So I was telling Ace yesterday that I've always wanted to shoot more woodlands. And now that it's very foggy, I think it's the perfect conditions because you'll have that moody and create some more depth in your scene when shooting the trees, and it will create more layers in your photo, giving it more of a three-dimensional look. And now that I'm scouting around for compositions, I don't know how the photographers do it. It all looks very random and variable. It's hard to see very nice patterns. All the trees look the same. I don't see any prominent subjects. So yeah, I think I need to practice more of my woodlands so that I can identify more photo opportunities. Down to my last ham and egg sandwich. But at least we survived the night.